Do you need love to be happy? Right. So again, here's a quick quote. You can probably digest it later. It's quite deep stuff. You will
Mm.
not enter paradise. So it's quite a quote from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the founder of Islam. And I try to talk about different religions. They're all connected, according to Islam anyway. But anyway, here's a quote. You will not enter paradise. And that means happiness in this life and the next, not just in the next life, right? Until you have faith. So you'll not have happiness basically until you have faith, and you will not have faith until you love each other. Shall I show you something? He said, if you do it, you will love each other. Spread peace between yourselves. So I'm not going to go into it too much. Okay, there's a lot of when it says spread peace, it's like the literal. You say the word salam. It's the ancient way of saying hello in different religions. In Islam, in Judaism, in Christianity. Not all Christians still say it, but anyway. So that's kind of a little bit about what's going on there. But let me again do a short explanation of what has that got to do with the answer to the question, do you need love to be happy? So hopefully you can see up there, all the information you need is kind of there on the side. But anyway, and more information in the description, like the long answers and stuff. But anyway, um so yes, you do need love to be happy, but definitely not the kind of love Westerners practice. Kindness opened you up to the light of life. So weird, maybe description is the best I could think of, right? But love for one person, or the one that we were talking about, this romantic idea that Westerners have, often at the exclusion of others. So that's like, I love you, but I don't love everybody else. Okay, that's the Western love, right? Okay, isn't love. That is not love, but is an extension of, or more of, materialism. So I'm going to explain that later. How Western love is really materialism. It's not real love. Everyone is annoying, as I said before. Okay, so such lust, which is, it's not love, it's lust. That's what people have in the West, only gives temporary happiness. So again, the long explanation. Here we go. Be ready. And again, we're talking about the Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy, right? So again, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the main character says that answering questions about life has never made him happy, but finding his one true love has. Okay, so this is typical of Western thought. They think they have searched for truth, but most are quick to assume there isn't any truth out there, which is basically what the whole movie is about. They're like, yeah, we're searching for the meaning of life, but we know it's not really there. That's what the movie is basically saying. That kind of thinking makes Westerners quite desperate to find some sort of happiness, because they're not finding it anywhere. Like they're looking for the truth, and they're claiming they're not finding anywhere. So what are they left with? And so they put all their hopes in finding one person, based on one person who's going to give them their happiness and the meaning and everything, based on some mystical belief that there is a one person out there who is destined to meet them. Okay, so in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, as in all Hollywood movies, the main character finds love at the end with a good looking woman, not an ugly one, as that would ruin the movie. Right? You know what I mean? You never see them falling in love with an ugly person, because that would just like, oh no, how can you do that? It's
I know.
so rude, isn't it? It's
Oh,
so rude, these Hollywood movies. Anyway, so okay, so falls in love with the best looking person in the whole movie, right? Somehow, okay. And then what the movie doesn't show is that shortly after the scene, this is me taking the mick, by the way, okay, he gets bored of her, right? So that, I mean, it doesn't show that, because that's the end of the movie already, right? But that's in reality what happens every single time. In the materialistic West, people have become like things, just like an iPhone. Okay, like people queue up for ages for the latest iPhone. They used to, not anymore, right? Okay, but when they get it, they quickly realize an iPhone is not for life. Okay, it's for as long as the next model doesn't turn up, right? Okay, so with Western romantic love, which is actually a new idea, like last 200 years, nobody knew about romantic love 200 years, more than 200 years ago. The grass is always greener on the other side. Do you know that phrase, right? Grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the problem with this idea of romantic love. So let me tell you the better alternative, right? But if you want to be happy, Westerners will have to stop treating everyone as strangers and realize we are all brothers and sisters on this little planet. We should love or show kindness to everyone because that's what real love is, kindness. Okay, it is not as exciting or sexual as the short-term high you get from romantic love, but universal kindness, that means kindness for everybody, is the more deeply satisfying option. Okay, it is like the difference between eating sugar, romantic love, or eating your veggies, real love. Like you get high from sugar, but it's not good for you. Eating too much ice cream. What I'm talking about, right? Okay, okay. So it's kind of a inside joke between me and Wahid, although it's not an inside joke because we talked about it on the last show, I think. Anyway, um, so no hidden truths, no secrets between us. Okay. Anyway, so when you start loving others, you start feeling connected to everyone and everything. It is like the light of life coming in. Okay. The opposite is the depressing reality of Western culture, people closed up from each other, and so much more. This is seen when people wear headphones outdoors. They close off all experience of nature around them. When Western society is the most intoxicated and medicated in history, people, because it is so sick and scared of the hell that they have created for them in the form of purely materialistic world. Happiness is opening your heart to others, which opens your mind to new ideas and levels of experience.